I was thinking I didn't want to come to the United States because I didn't want to leave my beautiful grandmother who raised me for 10 years. I was 11 years old when I came to America from Guatemala, and I was ready to meet my parents for the very first time and have a united family like I always dreamt of. In the United States, I was confronted with the reality that my ideal family was not ideal. The support I had from my grandmother did not exist anymore, and no one was looking for me, sleeping next to me when I got sick, making sure I ate properly, or congratulating me for all my academic achievements. My parents are still not as proud as my grandmother is, but that didn't stop me. I carried my grandmother's love with me, and it gave me courage to concentrate on my academics and my future educational goals. I focused on those things to escape the reality of my not-so-ideal family. First, I focused on mastering the language. Once I achieved a mastery of the English language, the new challenge was to learn how I could pursue my academics with dealing with my family's hardships. Hardships just kept on coming my way, physically, emotionally, mentally, you name it, it happened. But again, I hope for my future because I remember all the lessons my grandmother taught me, and I found support within my substitute family, Hope High School. At the age of 16, I started to work at a retirement home. Then I took an additional job at a hospital in order to pay for crucial things such as medical insurance and to save money to move out of my house. While I worked to stay focused on my education, I spent 30 hours working every week and going to school Monday through Saturday with the Upper Bound program. Although the challenges of working and going through school and Upper Bound, through the process, I've discovered a lot about myself. One being that I care for others, something I like to think I inherited from my grandmother. I realize now that taking care of people is the key element to become a full person. It allows you to develop priorities, and it gives you a better understanding of how to take care of your own self. For the last 7 months, I've been living on my own, and I've been working hard to maintain my 4.0 GPA. My efforts have paid off, and out of all the students in Providence, I received the 2010 Mayor Cicilline Youth Excellence Award. I had many options for college, but ultimately I accepted a full scholarship to Georgetown University. But again, I have not traveled this road alone. Hope Leadership and the people in it have been part of my life. 4 years ago, Dr. Montague welcomed us into our leadership family, and I would be remiss not to mention him. Although he moved on, his message of carry ourselves with classic dignity has stayed in our minds and hearts, and will stay through our lives. Hope High School graduates, we certainly have come a long way. While administration, teachers, and our parents have helped us prepare for a life after high school, we as students have also shared so much. Together we have learned, laughed, loved, gotten in trouble, and most of all, matured as a group. The memories we've created we'll always cherish. Our graduating class of 2010 at Hope High School has worked hard and personified the ideal vision of striving for our personal best. I stand before you as the last leadership class to graduate, as the last leadership valedictorian to speak, but valedictorians and academics alone do not make up our class. Each person brings a part of themselves, and we all made this school a wonderful place to be in the last 4 years. Individually, we all contributed to Hope leadership. Students like Kenny Vargas, who went from a troubled student and facing many hardships to an honor roll student and a member of the Rhode Island Honor Society. Paula Fernandez, who's the valedictorian, is known for her kind and gentle nature, and not surprisingly, she donated 10 inches of her hair for a charity. Elizabeth Rosa, who is ranked number 3, worked as hard as Paula and myself and also donated her hair. Saldina Kio, an IT student, who broke her arm playing soccer 9th grade, but continued supporting her team and eventually became the captain of the team. Kevin Counted, a Central Falls resident who petitioned the Central Falls and Providence superintendent to attend Hope because he values the great opportunities we offer and he wanted to join the ROTC. Students like Maricela Vasquez, Evelyn Hidalgo, Brian Beach, Patrick Colia, and Rosarius Ramos, who arrived to this country during high school unable to speak English, but are here graduating with distinction tonight. These are the people and stories that make Hope what it is, where we spent the last 4 years and will remember as our high school experience. It is important to remember to thank all those along the way who have supported us. The first one we should thank is God, because He gave us the strength to be here today. I would like to thank my nurturing grandmother, who was unable to make the trip from Guatemala, but whose influence can transcend many borders on me. Thanks to Missy Orban, who was a friend, advisor, family. She went above and beyond to see us succeed. Thank you to all the mentors, especially Mr. Steve Cronin, who helped me develop better leadership skills and who also played a father role in my life many times. Thank you to my handsome Jose Perez from and for bringing me through my ups and downs. Thank you, Ms. Almagno, Mr. Bartels, Mr. Gagan, and Mr. DiMario for the words of advice and motivation that you provided me. Also, I have to thank all those friends who helped me, my loves, Brenda, Jackie, Paula, Laura, my 2 Marilyns, Elizabeth, Patu, and Regina. When I look back at the 4 years I have spent at Hope, I will always remember so many things, such as Dr. Montague with his serious face and stern tone in the hallways, and at the same time shaking students' hands. Students like Ashley Villon or Lucarina Velez, who speak their mind in front of anybody. The mock trials and debates in Ms. Gurns and Ms. Wildwood's class, where I always ended up doing most of the work that was supposed to be group effort. All the time we complain about Mr. Gagan and Ms. Marshall's work, which at the end it only helped us. Our opportunities to meet so many students through the Moses Brown exchange we had for the first time. How Mr. Boyle makes class fun with so many stories from his past and makes you laugh all the time. Or Mr. Bartels, who puts a serious face and comes up with 20 insults for anybody in 1 minute. I could go on forever. There are so many memories and people at Hope High School that we'll always remember. Now, we're all going to head the real world, and many of us are feeling excitement or fear, but it's normal. This is the last time that we'll all be together, so I would like to ask all the graduates to reach out to their neighbors and hold their hands. To hold someone's hand is to offer them affection, protection, and comfort. Throughout the past 4 years, we have become a family. And at times, our family needed that protection, comfort, and affection. Do not let the time or distance divide the family we have created. Please continue to hold your neighbor's hand. Since ancient times, arms of champions were raised high to signify victory. Now, please take hold of your neighbor's hand and raise it high for victory. All victorious. We have achieved only one of many more victories and accomplishments to come. Remember, education represents the opportunity that we have for empowering ourselves. If I can do it, you can do it. Congratulations, Dr.